A very warm welcome to Global Signs. From Singapore, Andrew O will share his insights on ByteDance, TikTok, Social City, as well as the exciting rise of short-form media. Thank you for joining us today, Andrew.
Hey, Bruce. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Andrew. Now, TikTok is famous, but some of our viewers might not be familiar with ByteDance. Can you tell our viewers about ByteDance as well as your role?
Sure. So ByteDance is the global Chinese internet company, possibly the most successful one to ever come out of China. ByteDance itself is it's an interesting company. You can say it's similar to Google in the sense that it has many different services across the internet and the App Store. And TikTok is actually just one of those services compared to the 10 plus services that we have that are widely successful. Although we've been scrutinized a little bit on the regulations that has come out, it's still $400 billion valuation strong, and it's going to continue dominating with its over 2 billion plus users on the platform that we have.
TikTok has created a worldwide short-form craze. Why did short-form become so popular all over the world, and do you think it will continue to be popular?
Yeah, I think it's going to continue to be popular. In fact, I think actually in future, the shorter the videos, I think shorter video content will continue being successful in the sense that, we used to have, YouTube where you would go on to watch videos that are like 5 to maybe an hour long. ByteDance itself actually had a very unique insight when they first started out with Douyin. The unique insight was that there were short-form video players out in China that were dominating in SNS. But however, they focused on 15 to 60 seconds, and they want to focus on 0 to 15 seconds because they understood that people have short attention spans.
To keep TikTok in check, YouTube is providing short-form services such as Shorts, while Facebook is providing Reels. What are your views about Shorts and Reels, and what other strategies are TikTok preparing?
Right. So I think that the Shorts and the Reels that YouTube is providing, similar to how other companies like Instagram had tried to copy us with their own version of TikTok. They even made their own separate app before introducing it to the Instagram app itself. I think it's not going to work, and in fact, I think it's going to just create more feature bloats in their own respective apps itself, and it just defeats the purpose. TikTok has one thing that's very strong that you can't beat, and that is the strong network effect and the concentrated community and culture that the app has created. And I think if other apps try to replicate that, it's going to end up reducing the value proposition of the app as a whole.
Now, looking into the future, what direction is SNS sector heading?
Yeah, that's a bit of a tough question. I think if people knew the answer to that question, the next Facebook would have been out years ago already. I do think that the future of SNS, we've seen the trend where it went from just connecting with each other online through photo sharing. Then we've gone to this video phase. In terms of what's next, my prediction is that it's going to be location-based, which may be contradictory to the whole privacy craze that we've been going on in the world lately. But I think that as the generations get younger, as we become more and more social, I think location, if we can get over the barrier of sharing our location, there's going to be a tremendous unlock of value that people haven't realized yet. So I think location-based is going to be the next SNS trend.
To make inroads into Metaverse, it's been reported that ByteDance invested in RealWorld, which is Roblox's rival. From a product manager's standpoint, what is your view on Metaverse's market outlook?
Yeah, so I think Metaverses have its own unique audience. It's just another way for people to connect, similar to how Facebook when they first started out on Instagram. In terms of my personal outlook from a product manager standpoint, I think that there's always a market. It's just a matter of how big is that market that you're tackling, and can you, as a product manager or as a product head, reform that product to address a greater market. Personally, my views on the Metaverse isn't the most optimistic. I think that it has a certain set of hardware requirements that every user first has to have And if you want to conquer the 2 billion users in the developed world who are connected to the internet, you're going to have to make some serious pivots that can accommodate to everyone's style and form of social networking.
What trends or changes do you see in the video sharing social networking sector? What are the important things that investors should be aware of?
I think the most important thing that investors should be extremely aware of is that they have to understand whether or not what they're investing in is just a fad or a trend that's going to be disrupted or upended in the next 3 to 5 years. And personally, TikTok could be one of them. That style, that format of videos, it could get really boring 3 years from now. And what will be left is actually whether or not this is a network that has still connected the users themselves. That's what will stick. That's how Instagram has been, 10 years strong, still going. Even though that people and consumers are finding Instagram a little bit more boring now, it's still incredibly strong with its network effect, given that people have been building history on it. And once you build history, and once you post your first 10 photos and you have your first 50 friends, it's going to be extremely hard and difficult for them to churn off the platform. So TikTok needs to stand the test of time.
Now, Andrew, finally, can you recommend any stocks to our viewers today?
Yes, I would recommend 3 different stocks. First is Apple. I think Apple has a really strong hardware game, and no company in the world has been able to match that. They provide the best computers, the best phones, and they're going to continue delivering that service for quite a while. Coupang. I think Coupang is one that's a little bit underrated. I know their quarterly results just came in and it was a little bit disappointing, but it was still slightly higher than the last quarter. Coupang, has about 3 or 4 times more revenue than Shopify in way short amount of time, and it also is valued at I think like 1/3 or some of the value of the market cap that Shopify actually has. So, and that's only one country. That's only Korea. So I do believe in the business model, the Amazon business model, and I think Coupang has a great opportunity to expand outside its borders. And the last one is, again, with the Amazon model, C Group. C Group has totally dominated the e-commerce war within Southeast Asia, and they just expanded to South America, and they're apparently doing really well.
Andrew O, based in Singapore, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your insights on this fascinating sector.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew recommends 3 stocks to our viewers today. His stock recommendations are Apple, Coupang, and C Group. That does it for us this week, and thank you so much for being with us. Until next week, please be safe and healthy.